Hello, I'm artist and art instructor Kathleen Reitz. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a very special demo for you. I'm going to be demoing this floral painting that you see right behind me. I'm going to be using a limited color palette today. So I'm going to show you how you can create a very cohesive, beautiful painting using only 4 basic colors on your color palette. So today I use alizarin crimson, cadmium yellow medium, green gold, and Payne's gray to create this painting. And for my white colors, I use titanium white and parchment. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm not a big fan of titanium white. It is a very cool and stark white, and it will cool down some colors, intensify other colors, and just not mix well with colors such as yellow and orange. It will have a tendency to make them appear a little bit dingy. So instead, I like to use the shade Parchment, which is made by Liquitex. I will list for you all those colors that I use, plus any of the mediums and tools that I use in the video. I will list those for you in the description box, which is located right below the video. But before I get into today's demo, I just wanted to also share a little clip with you. So last week, my husband and I delivered 12 of my floral paintings to the Quad Cities International Airport. They have an art gallery inside the airport, which is beautiful. And because not very many of you will probably have the opportunity to see the exhibit, I did take a little bit of footage of it, which I will share with you. I have 12 floral paintings that I've worked on for the better part of a year, and I'm very proud of them. The exhibit runs from March 5th through April 30th, 2025. The clip isn't very long, but I really hope that it inspires you. And then we will come back and I will demonstrate how to use 4 colors in a limited color palette in order to create a floral painting. I'm often asked how I have my color palette set up, so I thought I would put it up on the screen for you. So again, the colors that I'm using are cadmium yellow medium, green gold, Payne's gray, alizarin crimson, parchment, titanium white, and then down at the bottom I have my glazing liquid. So again, I have my 4 colors and then my whites. So I'm starting off by toning my entire canvas with parchment. And to that paint, I did add a little bit of matte gel medium just to extend it a little bit. And now I'm using my Catalyst Silicone Wedge and my hands, and I'm applying a mixture of green gold and Payne's gray to my canvas. I have added a little bit of glazing liquid to the paint just to make it a bit thinner and a little bit more transparent. And now I'm going in with my filbert brush and I'm softening the edges. Putting down my greenery before I put down any of my flowers is, for me, the best way to start. It helps me to plan out my composition. And it also creates what I would kind of consider the structure or the backbone of my painting. Turning my canvas around helps me to remain consistent, and it also helps me to keep getting too caught up in too many details too early on. Now I'm layering in some more parchment, and this is just to soften some of the greenery and also build up my layers. And you can see that the addition now of white is adding quite a bit of depth to my painting already. Here I've mixed some of my alizarin crimson, my green gold, my parchment, and even a little bit of Payne's gray. And I've made this kind of nice toned down, warm, neutral color. And I'm just bringing that softly into the background. And I did mix glazing liquid with this color to keep it nice and loose and transparent. Once I'm happy with how my background looks, I can go in and start adding my floral elements to my painting. And this is that beautiful alizarin crimson color. And to it, I have added a little bit of parchment. And here I've added a little bit of white, titanium white, to the alizarin crimson, and you can see how much brighter and a little bit pinker it is than the areas where I had mixed parchment in with the alizarin crimson. And now I'm going to warm things up a little bit with the color that I mixed, and this is a nice orange that I got by mixing alizarin crimson and cadmium yellow medium. And now I'm going to soften my painting a bit by layering in a glaze of parchment. And as you can see, I don't wait for my painting to dry between layers. I just layer the color in, and it's fine if the paint underneath is still wet because I actually like how everything just starts blending together. Now, I'm not over blending because if I did, the painting would get muddy, but I'm just allowing my brush to pick up some color here and there, and I'm using it to my advantage to place it elsewhere in the painting. I decided that my painting lacked contrast, so I mixed together this really beautiful deep shade of kind of, it's almost a purplish, like a red violet, and I did that by mixing Payne's gray and alizarin crimson. And now this interesting kind of brownish shade, I made that by mixing green gold and alizarin crimson. And I believe I probably had a little bit of Payne's gray in there as well, but it makes a really nice neutral color. And because I got this color by mixing the colors that are on my palette in the rest of the painting, there's a certain harmony that it adds to my painting. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. So when I look at my painting now, those dark red areas kind of started bothering me because they're all just too similar in size. And it'll make a much more interesting composition if I change them a bit so that they're not all the same. I got this orange by mixing my cadmium yellow medium and alizarin crimson. Now here I felt like the painting was a little bit too busy all over, so I decided to obliterate some of the details. And one piece of advice I can give you is to never get so attached to parts of your painting that you can't paint over them for the sake of making a better and stronger painting. I felt like I lost a lot of my greenery, so I've decided to bring a little bit more of it back into my painting. And here I'm just adding my finishing touches. So here again is my finished painting, and then the color mixing chart that I made just to see what colors I could get out of the 4 colors on my palette. I hope that you enjoyed today's demo. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, certainly leave them for me in the comment section. I do read and appreciate your comments, and I love answering your questions. And I just have a reminder that I will be coming out with an online art course where I will be demonstrating how I use the Catalyst silicone wedge in my paintings. So if you're interested in receiving updates and finding out when that course will launch, you can head over to the description box under my video, and you can click the link to sign up to be a subscriber of my newsletter, and that way you'll be sure to receive updates on the course and when it launches. I hope to get it launched by May 2025. So anyway, thank you so much for watching as always, and until next time, happy painting.